Okay. Are we live? We are live. Excellent.
And you smell it, folks. It's time.
Yes.
We're not doing
It's
the entire
time to
weekend
make our
now.
brains hurt once again as we dive into Chapter 10 of Steins Gate.
We're getting closer.
Yeah, we are. We are getting closer to the end.
But unfortunately, this time we won't be doing a Steins Gate weekend. That was only last week because for some reason our schedules lined up perfectly well, and Ben wanted a double experience of the chaos that this fucking story holds.
Yep. Or to put it more accurately, it was the choice of Steins Gate.
Yeah.
This weekend, not so much. Unfortunately.
This is back to the beginnings. The standard. We're only dedicating one because our boy, well, for one, we have lives and work to do. And not exactly the best idea considering Ben's health at the moment.
Yeah, the last couple days have been pretty miserable for me. As you might have guessed by the fact that the two VN streams I was planning to do, one was fruits and one was one of the mods I've been meaning to cover. Alright, I'll wait until after the intro.
Yeah.
It is law. I have to let this play. There.
It's funny that like Discord and mobile can show different thumbnails, which is weird as fuck. Like,
yeah, I still remember when
just...
Sanzi pointed that out to me in his server. Like, he's like, bro, you forgot to change the thumbnail. And then I just showed him a screenshot from my end, and I'm like, bro, no I didn't.
And
then he's like, bro, what the fuck?
NPC Discord, mobile Discord, the thumbnail's right, but fucking for PC, like, it's just nope. Undertale Yellow, guys, part 3.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I will never understand it. Why it does that. I will never understand why that happens.
Prudent shush, like, I can make you a little bit sad that we likely won't be doing Steins Gate 0 after we finish Steins Gate. I could just make you cry like that, but I'm not that cruel.
Oh jeez. You gathered that, he says.
Well, it's on the, I think, like, because I gave my personal recommendations of what to play next, and we'll discuss that, like, when, like, the series ends, of course, and then when we and Ben just decide, like, what the fuck we're gonna do next. And definitely Steins Gate 0 would be on one of the things that, like, we eventually plan to do. But like a few of them, I've decided to like kind of push for very like different. Like I want to kind of get those different experiences in for our boy. So like what
broaden the palette, you know?
Yes, like you have to kind of get a gist of it. So yeah, I've given like I think 6 recommendations for what to play next.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up and prove it. You put in the request channel Chaos Head, which I saw you playing in the VC here and there at one point. So that's not lost on me that, you know, this is part of a much bigger series, the Psy Advanced series, which I'm kind of at like the starting point. Which, with how long we've been at this,
well, technically, Chaos
kind of crazy
Head is the starting point, realistically. Like,
well, it's, you know, more towards the beginning, I think.
Like, of the game series.
Compared to like the other games that come after.
Yeah,
I'm not super knowledgeable about
like
the Psy Advanced series. I haven't like done any research before tonight's stream, and I've more just been focused on, you know, the standalone experience here of Steins Gate in this playthrough. I haven't been thinking of it as part of a larger universe yet. That's for when I play more of the Psy Advanced series.
Yeah.
And, you know, start to connect the dots. Like, you know, oh, you know, this is stuff we've seen in, like, you know, Steins Gate, or when I played more. Oh, like, it's all coming together now. Like, that's the kind of stuff that comes later.
Yeah, like you've got your standard, and then you've got this is where the fun begins.
Yep, and right now that's kind of the phase we're at. And right now we are bracing ourselves to enter Chapter 10 of Steins Gate. And after the madness that we witnessed last time, I'm not sure I'm ready for this.
Like the
holy
Science Adventure
shit
series, like if you're going to continue any more entries, you probably are best doing it in chronological order.
So yeah, because you know that's how it makes
would be probably the next thing to play. But
if that was the first, then probably yeah.
Yeah. Because
yeah,
there's a few entries after before Steins Gate 0 as well.
Yeah. I think I would want to do things in chronological order from that point.
Yeah.
Because whenever I'm playing, you know, something that's like part of a larger series, I don't like to skip around. You know, it's like I like to see things through from beginning to end, you know, when I can.
Because it's not like they're direct sequels, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
The Steins Gate 0 is just fucking weird.
Yeah? How so? Like, if you had to describe it,
well,
like, what makes it so...
apparently, its root system isn't chronological, it's in a circle or something. So it's like very non-linear. Where,
I see, so...
Yeah, so, and I think this one... Yeah, it is very different.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
Imprudence says that's a fan thing?
Prudent fucking... He loves everything. You just fucking play with him.
It's not a circle.
Anyway.
Well, how would you put it then, my friend? How would you put it?
A 0.
A 0? Oh my god. I should have guessed.
Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter because, like, we won't be. Well, me and Ben probably won't be touching it. Whether that's something we have to discuss later on, or if Ben decides to continue Steins Gate or the Science Adventure series on his own, like, we'll figure it out from there.
That's all. That's all stuff for the. That's all stuff for the long term.
Yes.
Yeah. See. Yeah, we were right at the start of Chapter 10.
Yes. The sky.
Yep, it is kind of funny, the disparity that Steam's playtime tracker has compared to the in-game time tracker.
Honestly, I think I fucking can understand the circle one, circle, better than fucking whatever I'm looking here.
The actual route map, as he puts it?
Yeah, I seem to understand the circle one, or the 0 one.
Yeah, before we jump in here, we'll pull it up quick. Yeah, this is what he's talking about here. Like, this is the fan route. I don't know what any of this means.
I'd probably avoid it, but yeah, because there are spoilers in this.
Well, fuck, I'm not gonna remember any of this by the time we do get to Steins Gate 0, whenever that is. So, like, I need context to understand what the hell any of this means. Like, yeah, I think I can intuit that this
Pruden is just saying in general.
Yep. The only thing I can intuit is that this D equals is probably divergence. Because that's been a big thing in Steins Gate here. But other than that, I have no idea.
Well, for now, there's only one way to keep going. I know what they are, I'm just fucking with you, dude. Alright, shall we get on the actual...
Yes, let us get into it. Let us get into it before my throat starts burning and tells me, what the fuck are you doing?
You've said convergence too many times, and your throat just dies.
It caves in on itself. It caves in on myself, and my head just shrinks into my body, and then I just fall limp on my chair.
Oh god, I think my throat's trying to die.
Brutal. So yeah, let's do this. Chapter 10. I thought that I had found the solution. That everything would be alright. But the equation was meaningless.
Just does.
I had solved nothing. Well, that's real encouraging.
Well, that's a wrap, guys.
I totally forgot about this. I totally forgot about this, what we realized at the end of last episode. That to set everything right, to save Mayuri, means, to go back to the original world line we saw at the very start of the game, where Kurisu was dead.
Yeah.
Like, this whole game, like, we just kind of moved past that and forgot about that, until it's been brought back up now, and it's like, oh shit, you're right. It's like, damn, what do we do? Instead, I am left with a terrible choice. Mayuri or Kurisu. It's one or the other. You can't have both. It's a very tough choice. One of them must die. That gives me the same energy as like the Black Ops 1 campaign. Reznov must die. Roddy Khan is still off limits. They haven't yet repaired the hole that Suzu's time machine made. Yeah, that's gonna take some time. That's some pretty severe structural damage.
Yeah, like that fucking link fence is very expensive,
yeah, not to mention all the exposed rebar and shit there. That doesn't just get fixed overnight, Okabe. God damn.
Yeah, they have to pull down the whole fucking roof. Yeah. And just replace it.
I looked down through the hole at the streets of Akiba. From up here, they look narrow and stifling, as most people do when viewed from the top of a big building. Across the way, a train rumbles by. I watch the yellow-striped cars move past. I came here because I wanted to be alone. The day before yesterday, I abruptly canceled the attempt to hack CERN. Oh? Kurisu and Daro demanded an explanation, but I just couldn't give them one. Either because he's realizing what would be the point, or he needs time to contemplate this whole Mayuri versus Kurisu thing. And I mean, understandably so, you know, once you realize what you have to do, it's like, does he have the will to see it through? I think is what he's trying to figure out now. Like, can he really do this? But I mean, either way, he has to make a choice one way or the other.
A sacrifice.
And like, even if he doesn't want to, him choosing to do nothing, I think, is to sacrifice Mayuri, let this world line continue. So yeah, one way or another, he has to make a choice, and that, you know, he's gonna need time to think about that. The decision has paralyzed me. I understand the feeling very well, man. This is exactly the kind of paralysis that I know all too well when it comes to big decisions like this, that I have a hard time choosing between. Like, it just paralyzes me. I'm like, shit, what do I do? Because it's like, in the moment, you know, both of them, you know, have pros and cons that I can't just, you know, sort out on a whim. Like, you really gotta sit down and think this stuff out. You can't just come to a decision on a whim like that on something like this. This kind of thing happens to me a lot, though. 2 days later, I am still nowhere close to finding an answer. It's a big choice, man. There's a lot to think about here. What do I do? 2 weeks ago, on July 28th, Dr. Nakabachi held a press conference in this very spot. The same day, Kurisu was murdered. Let's say we go through with the plan and delete the first email I sent. The one about Kurisu's death from CERN's database. That would return us to the Beta world line, where it all began. What would happen there? What would happen then? Yeah, see, this is what he's got to think out. According to my predictions, our friend, LabMem004, Makise Kurisu, would disappear. Someone who died on July 28th cannot be alive now, on August 15th. That would defy causality. A time paradox. That world line has already rejected her existence. The moment we erase the D-mail, Kurisu will cease to exist. And so, I am left with two options. Option 1. Hack CERN with the IBN 5100 and erase the first email I sent, thus returning us to the Beta world line. Kurisu will disappear, but Mayuri will live. CERN will never build a time machine and the future will be free. Option 2. Don't hack CERN. Keep living here on the Alpha world line. Mayuri will die. So will Moika and FB. Kurisu will likely be kidnapped by CERN, but at the very least, she won't die. With her research, CERN will gain control of space-time, and the future will be a dystopia where no one is free. And I'm supposed to choose? Okabe, when you put it like that, I think depending on, you know, where you stand morally, it's pretty obvious which one you should choose. But I mean, it's hard to justify that, you know, when the cost is Makise Kurisu. You know, like, when you're the one making that choice to decide, you know, whether or not she lives or dies, basically, choosing what world line you know, wish to continue on. You know, how can you justify that morally? I think is his conundrum. Ridiculous. I choke out a laugh. How am I, of all people, supposed to make that choice? There's no way. I don't really care about the future, whether it's free or ruled by CERN. I know I should care, Suzuha entrusted her wish to me. Doesn't that make it my responsibility? See, this is the kind of thing I was talking about. That moral responsibility. But still, it doesn't seem quite real. 20 years is a long time. Right now, only Mayuri and Kurisu matter. I must choose which to save. If I had been given this choice back on July 28th, before this all started, I probably wouldn't have hesitated to abandon Kurisu and save Mayuri. But it's not July 28th. It's August 15th.
And, like, his, 4 days, have been, an eternity to him.
Exactly! Like, to everyone else, it's just been 4 days. But for him, it's been so much longer. With how much he's fucked around with the timeline and shit. With, the time leap machine.
Yeah,
how much he's, fucked around with that. He's been stuck in some, Groundhog Day type shit. Trying to sort all this out. And it's definitely getting to him. What's up, Storm Boss? Good to see ya. Right now, Okabe's trying to decide who to save. We're on chapter 10. I've spent 2 long weeks with Kurisu. She's one of us now, an integral part of the lab.
Yeah,
and as I left through time, again and again, she was the person I relied on the most. Always calm, always thoughtful, always ready with a new hypothesis, always there to give me a push when I needed it most. Yeah, and that's the other thing he has to consider, his personal attachment to Kurisu after spending so much time around her now. I wouldn't even have the time leap machine if not for Kurisu. It's thanks to her that I made it this far. That he even has the possibility. That he even has, the possibility to stand here and have this choice. It's like, can he really justify giving her up? When she's the one that brought him here, basically? And, I'm doing pretty good. Had a pretty quiet day off work. Just resting my voice more for tonight. Because I knew I was gonna need it.
Yes.
But how about yourself? How are you doing, man?
Task.
Yes. After all she's done for me, there's no way I can abandon her now. But nor can I let Mayuri die. Everything I've done, I did it to save her. I would give up anything, even my own life, to see her safe. More than anything, I want her to live. No matter what, I won't let her die. I can't choose. I can't! Kill Kurisu or kill Mayuri. That is what this choice comes down to. Is this how it ends? I drive my fist into the wire fence. I know you're upset. Been thinking a lot about this. Calm down. Suzuha! Ferris! Lukaku! Moika! Is this what I sacrificed your memories for? Is there no other option? No way to save them both? What if I use Suzuha's time machine? I could return to the Beta World line, then use her time machine to travel to July 28th. No, that wouldn't work. The reason Suzuha left the 2010 was to prevent CERN from creating a dystopia. That only occurs on this world line. On the Beta World line, she'll have no reason to leap to 2010. Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Yeah, you have to remember when that thing showed up, you were on the Alpha World line. Alright. Then what if I send Kurisu a warning via D-mail? It could say, don't go to Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Obviously shorter to fit within 36 bytes, but yeah, same. Yeah, what you said, convergence, that won't work either. Remember, causality converges. Kurizu's death is inevitable on the Beta world line, just as Mayuri's is inevitable on this world line. So it sounds like you need to go to an even farther attractor field than the Beta attractor field. Like what we saw with Ferris's ending, where he got to an entirely different one where, none of his friends knew who he was, but they were at least all still alive. And the only one, he did have on that one was Ferris. But it's like, can you really say you've won anything at that point? It's like, say if you won the, it's like, say, if you won the lottery, right? Like what I've been told by this woman here you should do, if you win the lottery, is, move to some, just pick up everything and move to somewhere where nobody knows who you are. And just start over. Start a whole new life where nobody knows who you are. It's like, can you really, justify giving all that up? All your friends and family and acquaintances and, everybody you've known in your entire life just for some money? It's a lot of money, but can you really justify that? That, who's to say, your friends and family shit aren't going to chase you down because they want some of that money. It's kind of like that. When you think about, like, the Omega world line or wherever we ended up with, the Omega attractor field, with, Ferris's ending. It's kind of like that. Can you really, justify losing all of that just to ensure that they're safe? It's like, you're doing this...
I know in this part of the story...
because you love them and you care about them. And you
it's in the anime, but I'm not sure if this appears in the first playthrough or the second one. Where we get to this point. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I suppose so. But yeah, like, I understand why this is such a tough choice for him. Because, there's no clear answer to him. He cares about both of them, and he doesn't want to give them up. Even though, when you consider the wider context of what will supposedly happen, depending on who he chooses, it seems obvious. Like, it's not so clear-cut, because... it's like, who's to say that that's what's going to happen? Yeah, he's had people come and tell him as much. But it's like, he doesn't know that. He can't, know that for sure. They can tell him as much. But, what if... you can always argue, what if they're just bullshitting him? What if they're trying to throw him off? Something like that. What if they're just trying to screw with him or whatever? Now, granted, that in and of itself is kind of flawed, because it's like, what, reason would they have to do that to Okabe? But, like, I can see him being in, that kind of single-minded stubbornness where he's like, I have to find out for myself. Because I know that kind of mindset all too well. No matter what I do, fate will ensure her death. There's no way. I slowly sink to the floor with my back against the fence. I can't save her. I'm powerless against the will of fate. What should I do? What should I do? Maybe Mayuri doesn't die on the current world line. You really want to find out, do ya? I cancelled Moika's email. Plus, I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter since. Might there be a chance? If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 7 and 8 p.m. that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision.
I'm prudent. I just messaged you. Just had a question.
I know it's unlikely. I understand understand that from all my experiences so far. But still, I can't help but cling to that hope. It's all he's got left.
Mm.
Mayuri and Kurisu. If I can just save them both, then I don't care if the future is ruled by CERN. I'll betray Suzuha's dream, if that's what it takes. So please, let Mayuri live! To whom should I make this desperate plea? God? Fate? The universe itself? RNGesus? Either way, I am just one insignificant human being among billions. Will my prayers truly reach? I already know what the answer will be. And that knowledge, that certainty, is despair. Kamima runs for 3 straight days, from the 15th to the 17th. On the last day, I go with Mayuri and stay with her from morning until Kamima closes. It's not really my thing, though, and the crowd is ridiculous, so I wait off to the side with Mayuri's bags. From time to time, Mayuri appears with new bags from each guard, and usually a snack for us to share, but most of the day I spend alone. To some extent, I'm here to escape reality, to empty my mind and forget my fears. But even when I close my eyes, I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching. Here we go.
My line?
You're up.
We're finally home.
It's already dark by the time the bus drops us back at Akiba. Mayuri is dragging her costume case behind her. I'm carrying bags covered in Moe artwork and loaded with doujinshi. These are all Mayuri's purchases, not mine. I can't believe she bought so much. Guess the reason she doesn't cosplay herself is that she's too busy shopping. We get off the bus and just stand there for a while. What are you gonna do now? Head straight home?
Actually, I was thinking of going to the lab.
Something?
Not really, but it's been a while since I've gotten to relax with Ocarina.
Aww.
We're fucking Ocarina. I want to stop with Ocarina. I'm a little hungry, so I'll buy some juice to eat. I'll get #1. Whoa! Oh god, I can't believe I just did that.
Maybe Mayuri wants a taste of normalcy again, now that the chaos of Kamima has ended. I said Moe. I said Moe, did I not? Moe? Moe?
Moe.
I guess I see what you mean. I don't...
Moe. Moe. That's a new one.
It doesn't come across as new to me, but I guess I see what you're saying. It's a very subtle difference. I can't begrudge her that. I stifle a groan and shrug my shoulders.
Who would have guessed that, like, Moe, and here we're gonna fucking see someone just say Mooey.
Back to the lab, then. No, like, I knew that much about...
Hey, Kareem, why did you come with my Yushi today? You've never come to me with Kamima before. You're not interested in Mooey, right?
I like robot anime, but not so much that I'd line up early in the morning for Kamima each year like Daru and Mayuri do.
The music stopped.
Oh dear.
So why did you come with me today?
Well, to confirm your death. Those words pop into my head, but I quickly shake them away. Why am I so set on Mayuri dying? Because it's all you've been able to focus on the last few chapters. It's kind of been the whole point, you know? I wanted to live, remember?
I want to break free. I want to break. Well,
I just felt like it, I guess.
oh. Mayuri sad.
She seems disappointed that there wasn't some deeper reason to it other than just because I wanted to, I guess.
You dare make Mayuri cry? You just hear fucking like a pump action shotgun reload in the distance. You're about to die.
Suddenly, silence. A downhearted frown replaces the usual smile on Mayuri's face. Did my answer upset her? It's not like I could tell her the truth. How do you tell someone they're going to die?
Do it like you did with that, like, fucking that one dude did with the hamster. Just like, you are going to die. This is troubling times.
I frantically try to smooth things over. I thought maybe you'd managed to get Lukako to cosplay, so I came to laugh at him. Too bad he didn't
hear the
come.
next Caleb karaoke. Oh god. Yeah, Lukako would be super popular if he did come though. People would fuck. Yeah, people would fuck. People would take his picture and post it all over the internet, then everyone in the world will see how cute he is.
Yep, that's an outtake for the history books.
Yeah. And after he became a superstar, Mayuri would see him on TV and think, wow, he's gone so far.
It's scary because it's true.
Oh, Kareem.
Suddenly, Mayuri turns around and
so
sees
sad.
in my face as she walks backwards.
Thank you for today.
Why are you thanking me?
Well, like I said, this is the first time Okarin's ever come to Kamimo with me. Yeah, he's always forced everyone else to go. You made Mayushi really happy. Musical
A smile
note.
finally returns to Mayuri's face.
Protect
That's what
the
we want
smile.
to see. Yes. We will protect this smile.
We will protect the smoo. But you know what would make me even happier? If you cosplay next time, he already fucking does. He dresses in a lab coat everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. He wears that thing everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
He's not even an actual scientist.
Don't think negative thoughts. Oh, you naive, sweet summer child. Don't think like that. Don't think negative thoughts, you sweet summer child. I understand your optimism, but reality is about to come crashing down around you. Think about a fun, bright future.
Oh, look, there's CERN. Really? You'll cosplay for me?
Only if
You'll
you
dress up in
cosplay
a black
too.
lab coat for once.
Lukako too. And Christina, of course. Convince them to cosplay first. If you manage that, then I, the great and insane mad scientist Halloween Kiyoma, will grace Kamima with my August presence.
He
The
will
next
cosplay
Kamima
by
takes place
wearing
this
a
winter.
button-down shirt.
We'll all be there, as if none of this ever happened. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
All
I
of
know,
us.
dude.
Laughing and
I've
smiling.
watched the
together.
anime of Steins Gate Zero.
Just imagine a future like that. Yes, it's a hell of a happy one.
Well, it's gonna be tough. She proceeds to do it tomorrow morning.
Ha! I can totally see that for Mayuri.
Yeah. Mayuri's point of convergence was forcing all the lab members to dress up in cosplay. Tracks down Malika.
Yes! Yes!
Just imagine, just like, the final requirement was just to get Mr. Braun to wear cosplay.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. But it sounds really fun, too. Besides, I think No secretly wants to cosplay, so there's hope.
Yup. We do not speak the unspeakable name.
Yes. It's almost as unspeakable as the B word.
Yes.
Just remember, friendly reminder, guys, we will ban you from the server instantly and hunt you down and do unspeakable things to your corpse. Mayushi's gonna do her best.
Heck yeah.
I use the B word.
We arrive at the lab. I look up at the second floor, but there's no light in the window. Oddly enough, there's nobody here today. I've got a bad feeling about this. Is Moika going to ambush us? On the previous world line, I forgave Moika and Tanuji, but that has already been undone. This is a new world line. The Rounders are still alive, and they're still after the Time Leap machine.
It's time for revenge.
Wait here, Mayuri. I motion for her to sit and wait on the bench in front. Then I carefully check the area. I know my efforts are likely futile. Still, I want to do anything I can. Anything to give Mayuri a chance, however small, of surviving on this world line. Something tells me it would be foolish to go straight up to the lab. So first I decide to check the streets for any suspicious people. I walk down the street toward Kurumabashi Dori, careful to always keep Mayuri in sight. What a name. That doesn't sound good. Suddenly, a white station wagon parked at the end of the street fires its engine and takes off in our direction. What? I can see clearly through the front window. The man in the driver's seat is unfamiliar, but I have seen that station wagon before. It's the same one Moika used to run us over on our previous world line. The same one Tanuji used to transport the IBN 5100. And now it's bearing down on me at full speed. I'm in the center of the road. There's nowhere to run! The station wagon flips on its high beam, instantly turning my vision white. I can't move. It's all happening too fast. I expected an ambush inside the lab. Instead, I'm facing a charging car! What do I do? Fine. I won't die. This world line hasn't approved that fate. Are you sure about that? No. Wait. What day is it? This is the first time I've made it to the 17th. Does that mean my death is still undecided? Will I die in Mayuri's place? If that will save her, if that will end this, then maybe it's for the best. No! I don't want to die yet! Two contradictory emotions collide in my mind. Yep, that's that survival instinct, boy. My body doesn't know which way to turn. Will I be the one to die?
Green!
That's convergence. Something slams into my back. Mayuri! Oh! Oh, you're killing me, game! I open my eyes. I'm lying on the side of the road. My whole body hurts, but I don't appear to be seriously injured. Someone saved me? I look up to see the stagnant station wagon's taillights disappearing around the corner. And there, lying in the center of the road, is Mayuri. Mayuri! I run to her side. Mayuri is bleeding from the head. The pavement is slick with blood. Did she protect me? She sacrificed herself for you, man.
Of course she did.
But that's not what I wanted! I lift her body up in my arms. Her eyes twitch, then slowly open.
I can't wait.
Mayuri, I'm sorry. It's my fault. Her hand wanders as if seeking something. It reaches for the starry sky. Her eyelids are heavy. They could close any second now. But still, she looks straight into my eyes. For some reason, she smiles.
Finally, my Ishi was useful to Ocarina.
What? Stardust handshake. Her delicate fingers grasp at the sky, but all they find is empty air. Her arm goes limp. I grab her hand before it hits the ground. Mayuri is no longer breathing. I've seen her die countless times, but this time it's too much. This one somehow hurts more because it's more personal. This time, it's all my fault. I embraced Mayuri's tattered body, her lifeless, motionless, tattered body. I clench my jaw and bite back my tears. Mayuri... Can't see the stars from here. How could this happen? Why did she have to die like this? What possible meaning could this death have? Yes, it happened because fate demanded it. Yes, her death is unavoidable, the result upon which this world line converges. I knew from the beginning that this would happen. I never imagined that she would die saving me, and with a smile on her face. What do you mean, you were finally useful? Tell me, Mayuri. There is no future for Mayuri on this world line. And that brings me once again to the choice. Do I return to the Beta world line, killing Kurisu? Or do I leave things as they are, and accept Mayuri's death? I can't run away. I am the one who twisted fate. I am the one who must decide. You can't have it both ways, man. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. Man. The sky is blue. I'm on the roof of Radicon after going back 56 hours with 2 time leaps. I lean against the wire fence and stretch out my legs as I look at the sky. I wanted more time to think. That's why I came back. Last time I spent 2 days refusing to face reality. But that's no longer an option, now that I've confirmed Mayuri's death. This time I must reach a decision. But how? This equation has no solution. No matter what choice I make, someone dies. From a purely utilitarian viewpoint, I should choose the Beta world line, where CERN never creates a dystopia. Not that simple. Not for me. There must be some other way. According to Suzuha, 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractor field level. I think that divergence has already commenced by the time I sent the D-mail reporting Kurisu's death. So when did divergence begin? I can't say for sure, but I think it was the moment we completed the phone wave names exchange. That was around the middle of July, Daru and I deemed it a failure right after completion. By the time Kurisu was killed, there was already a huge divergence at the attractor field level. Now that I think about it, reading Steiner activated that day, when I sent the D-mail that started it all. At that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the main street of Akiba suddenly vanished. That feels like so long ago. But now, I can finally explain it. We have come so far since then. That was the moment I moved to the Alpha World line. Yep. On the Beta World line, where this all began, Suzuha didn't arrive in her time machine, Dr. Nakabachi's conference went ahead as planned, and the flow of tourists and shoppers through Akiba was unimpeded. But when I sent the D-mail, events changed on a grand scale, from my perspective at least. On the current world line, Suzuha crashed her time machine into the roof of Radicon. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled, and this part of Akiba was closed to traffic. Because I was out on the street when the world line changed, it appeared to me as if thousands of people suddenly vanished. The truth is that they were never there to begin with. Like a magician's trick, it's so obvious once you understand how it works. The real problem is the timing of the D-mail. I moved to the Alpha World line after Kurisu died. If I had sent the D-mail before she died, then I might have been able to intervene, even now, on this world line. But no, that would defy causality. I sent that D-mail because I saw Kurisu's body. That's the way it has to be. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. It definitely wasn't a suicide. What if I identify the murderer and then send them an email warning them off? Would that prevent her death? I mean, no one has tried to kill her on this world line, have they? Maybe there's a chance. However, to send that email, I would first have to move to the Beta World line. The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. I've already seen Mayuri die countless times. Everything I tried to prevent it failed. Well then, and you have to think, on the Beta World line, will you still have the time leap machine?
You won't, because Kurisu invented it.
Yes! It's something we went over earlier. You'd basically have to somehow bring that knowledge with you and, reconstruct it yourself. At which point, it's too late, I would think. I understand all too well. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it. I can't save Kurisu. Oh, there you are. I thought I was alone. It just seems that I was wrong. Hello! I turn around to see Kurisu standing in the open door. I avert my eyes. I can't look her in the face. Not now. What are you doing here? Nothing. How did you know I was here? You said you wanted to be alone. I ran the numbers and concluded that I had the greatest probability of finding you here. Then leave me alone. You don't have to look for me. I'm not a lost little boy. Hey, is that how you treat someone who's worried about you? Not that I'm worried about you or anything. Baka. Right after she gets herself flustered, she sighs and puts on a serious expression. I was going to leave you alone at first, but you've been acting weird the last couple days. I mean, you're always weird, but more than usual. She knows something is up. You look like a kid forced to eat crappy oatmeal. What happened? Nothing. Doesn't sound like nothing to Kurisu. Then why did you cancel the cracking of CERN? You're the one who said we shouldn't. Oh, so you're afraid of triggering arrest flags. I get it. You should praise me for denying the law, for obeying the law for a change. That's not like you at all. What happened to your ego? What happened to the insane mad scientist, Hoenn Kyo? To hell with my ego! Snake did not expect that! This time, it's not that simple. I have forced my ego on others before. Suzuha, Ferris, Lukako. I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal. I justified it by telling myself excuse me, that it was necessary to save Mayuri. I weighed their suffering against the alternative and made my self-righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives are impossible to compare. I have to choose which friends to let die. It would be so much easier if I knew what was right. Which friend to let die? What are you talking about? Just a student, Christina. You know? The insane mad scientist, Hoenn Kiyoma? That's just a fantasy. A character I made up. I bet you had no idea. I may have figured that out when we first met. Yeah, come on. She's not as dumb as you think she is, man. Come on. When we first met. What if I hadn't found Kurisu's body back then? Then none of this would have happened. We wouldn't be standing here at this point in time. Let's try imagining that situation. If I hadn't seen Kurisu dead, I wouldn't have interrogated her before the seminar at the ATF. Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me. She wouldn't have come to the lab. Ultimately, we would have never built the time leap machine, leaving me without the means to save Mayuri. Uh-huh. And it would have just been seen as a tragedy. And of course, Kurisu would not have become our friend. We would not be as close as we are right now. Tell me, Okabe! What do you mean? I can't meet her questioning gaze. Do I have to tell you? You've already led her on enough about this. I don't think she's gonna leave without an answer. You've never hesitated to ask me for help before. Don't hold back now. It's not what this is about. Then prepare yourself. What I'm about to tell you is the absolute truth. And it could also be your death sentence. Her voice cracks a little. Remember what I told you before? When we delete the D-mail from CERN's database, we'll reach the beta world line where Mayuri doesn't die? And where CERN doesn't take over the world. Right. Everyone lives. Everyone is free. You made it sound perfect. Perfect? It's anything but. I showed you the first email, didn't I? The one that started it all. On the beta world line, the events described in that email actually happened. Still not buying it? Kurisu is a genius. I have no doubt that she understands. Kurisu, on the beta world line, you die on July 28th. And according to the attractor field model, nothing can prevent that from happening. If I want to save Mayuri, I have no choice but to let you die. Kurisu says nothing. I think she's just processing this. What expression is she making now? I reluctantly sneak a look at her face. She's staring out across the cityscape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. She seems accepting. Kurisu is always like this. Always calm, no matter what. It's hard to believe she's younger than me. Her soft chestnut hair blows in the wind. She lifts a hand to hold it down. Hey, Okabe. How credible do you find this attractor field model? Credible? It's all secondhand info from John Teeter, from Amane-san, isn't it? I get that it's the accepted model in 2036, but how exactly did scientists prove the existence of attractor fields? Are you trying to say the model may be wrong? But I know for certain that convergence exists. I've experienced it firsthand. Even if they're right about convergence, what about the relationship between world lines? The moment I change world lines, everything is reconstructed. Past, present, and future. But that's just from your perspective, Okabe. Once you go to the beta world line, the me that your brain perceives will die. In other words, your perspective will have chosen the world line where I die, instead of the one where I don't. However, why can't the world your brain perceives be different from the world my brain perceives? Brains. Forgot her specialty was neuroscience. So you're saying world lines are independent? Like trains, maybe. Trains? Elaborate! Let me give you an easy example. Hirsu takes out her phone and starts fiddling with it. If I want to take the train from Akiba to Yokohama, which route should I use? I didn't know you were a rail fan. It's just an example. Jeez. You choose to take the Yamanote line to Tokyo Station, then transfer to the Tokaido line, main line for the rest of your trip. Kurisu keeps talking as she looks at her phone, apparently reading off an itinerary. I take the Yamanote line to Osaki, then transfer to the Shinjuku line.
I'm just pretending that anonymous guy doesn't exist.
Might decide to take the Kaihin Tohaku line for some reason. And Mayuri might ride the Shinkansen from Tokyo. You and I ride the same train until Tokyo Station, but from there we ride different lines, while still aiming for the same destination. And that applies to the universe? You're claiming the existence of parallel worlds? I like to use my imagination too sometimes. But where's the proof that there's only one world? Suzuha said so. Then there's Steiner. In other words, an unknown time traveler and your unexplainable superpower. We knew Suzuha. There's no way to prove that she was Hashida's daughter, or anything she said about 2036 either, not without going there ourselves. And if reading Steiner is what you say, then it means that your subjective experience influences the memories of every single human being. That's completely absurd, Okabe. If it's true, then you're literally a god. But there are no gods in reality. The world doesn't revolve around you. It's just your brain making you believe that it does. If that makes you this world's god, then I must be a god. Too. My brain is just as big as yours. What are you trying to say? Let's say you choose the world line where I die. That doesn't mean I have to do the same. The fact is that I am standing here right now, observing the world with my own subjectivity. I already exist on a world line where I don't die. Even if your perspective shifts to the beta world line, my perspective might remain here. It's a question of where the soul lies, and I won't let you have your way with my soul. No true scientist would accept a hypothesis that flimsy. But there's a chance I'm right. So, you have nothing to worry about. God damn it, Kurisu! Can't make this easy, can ya? God damn it! How can she smile? I just told her that she's going to die! Again, I think Kurisu has a point, man, with it being a matter of perception of which world line you perceive yourself to be on. Like, these all exist parallel to each other, these different attractor fields. Chaos head, not child. Well, like, think about it. Because if you think about how this time leap machine works, you know, it's not sending, like, everything back. It's just... Like, I think we went over this previously, but it's like... Like, it basically rewrites your brain so that, you know, you can remember stuff from the future. So, like, your consciousness and stuff is going back in time, but it's like, you know, your physical body isn't.
Hi, Cerberus.
Welcome back, Cerberus. Yeah, our brains are getting fucked thinking about this. We're trying to decide, who we save. You know, we're trying to decide, you know, do we go to the beta attractor field where Mayuri lives and Kurisu dies? Or do we stay here on the alpha attractor field where Mayuri dies and Kurisu lives? And, you know, live with the consequences of either one. He says, Caleb sounds like he's coming through a transmission system. Is that really what you think? Ouch. But yeah, Okabe, like I was saying, that's not how she perceives it. You know, just because you said that, you know, if you want to talk about world lines and attractor fields and stuff, it's kind of like another explanation of parallel universes. You know, who's to say? Like, just because Okabe's perspective shifts to, you know, different world lines and attractor fields and stuff, that, you know, those previous ones, like, cease to exist. Obviously, I think I'd have to explore the mechanics more of, like, how this works. Time travel's complicated. Like, my brain was not built to comprehend this, okay? So, you know, maybe there's, you know, a gap in knowledge that just is going to come at a later date as we explore more of the story, but my god.
Is this like fucking pretty much what the
what mod should you start with?
I start? Okay, here's what you should do. You should play something called Pink Eyes. I reckon that is the greatest mod in all time. Absolutely. There is no greater mod than Pink Eyes. And it has a very wholesome ending with Natsuki. Like, they're lying in bed together, and, like, some good things happen, so I think everything... Yes, it is a Natsuki mod. It is very wholesome.
Yes,
I would
it's a
highly
Natsuki
recommend
mod.
It. Yeah. It it does have a name. Like it kind of like it's very interesting because it like actually changes its name like after you finish the game, and it's so fucking great, man. I would. Good shit, man. Alright. Here's what I recommend. Download the mod. Go play it, and then come back to us. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude. Like you gotta see it. How can she smile?
He's gonna
I just
play
told her that she's going to die.
He's gonna get a bit of the pipe.
The problem is that you don't want to let me die, right? But if my hypothesis is correct, I'll still be alive on another possible world line. So there's no reason to be afraid. Sure. It's just a hypothesis.
The fuck was that, Caleb?
I think you know. I think you know full well, Imprudent.
Yeah, we're just recommending Pink Eyes to someone. Server, like Pink Eyes is a really good Natsuki mod. Like we all know that's true. Like it is probably one of the most popular mods we've ever covered on this channel.
100%.
And there's nothing better. Like it's advanced, it's good, and it's just generally a good experience to play for a Natsuki fan, especially. I think everything's just great. You should play Pink Eyes as well. It is good. It's a good mod, and you should play it.
Yeah, it is an experience every DDLC mod player must have at some point. It's a bucket list mod.
Yeah, 100%.
Monica doesn't seem to agree. Just ignore that. She doesn't know anything. The same is true of attractor fields. It hasn't been proven. Even if someone did prove it by 2036, that doesn't help us here in the present. In other words, anything is possible. Kurisu turns her back to me after finishing this.
I believe it's possible.
It's an armchair theory. A daring armchair theory that could quite possibly render meaningless everything I've done up until now. How can Kurisu stay so calm? She's just an 18-year-old girl. You really don't have to worry about me, Okabe. It would just hurt my pride if you did. Don't say it like that! Oh.
Mayuri.
I was gonna say it's time!
Hold on. Let's check the god.
The toll of the bullshit bell! That ringtone! Oh god!
Ah, feel it.
What do I do?
Nothing. It literally just says make any choices you want. It just goes to Mayuri's ending no matter what you do.
Gate of Steiner.
Don't
say it like that.
Maybe a ringtone for just Gate of Steiner. It's a video call now.
Hello? Mayuri?
Yeah.
Displayed on the screen is Mayuri's face, devoid of its usual brightness for some reason. What's wrong?
I heard that from Daru-kun that Okarin's been acting kinda strange. Mayushi was so preoccupied with Kamima she didn't really notice.
Ugh, excuse me.
Even though she usually notices right away when Okarin's not happy. I'm sorry, Okarin.
Don't apologize. You've done
You
nothing
innocent
wrong.
soul! Did something happen? Oh, Queen.
Oh, it hurts. I can't tell her. I can't. I kept it a secret from her all this time. It's the way it has to be. There's nothing wrong. I don't think she buys it, man.
No. You know, you used to talk to Mayuri about a lot of things, remember?
Yeah.
Like, the organization's four leaders, their names are Black Turkish, Virginia Burp, and Balloon Drag Queen, and Wide-Eyed Girl. What the fuck?
Black Tortoise, Vermilion Bird, Blue Dragon, and White Tiger.
Yeah, that. You know, it was really fun talking to Ocarina about stuff like that. But now, Ocarina, if Mayushi's a burden, just say so, okay? You're
It's
not
not
a
like
burden.
that, Mayuri. No! Oh, come on. Oh. Let me in there! She needs a hug, damn it! No! What? I've never!
Hugs out to Mayuri, fellas. Hugs out to Mayuri. Hashtag hugs for Mayuri.
Yes.
I'm letting you up now. If you feel like talking to Mayuri about anything, just call, okay? Doo-doo!
Doo-doo-doo.
No.
She hung up on me! What did Mayuri say? Are you a burden? Don't say things like that, damn it! Why is you only serious at times like this? A burden, huh? I've never felt Mayuri was a burden. Not once! Then you should tell her that. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave Mayuri in the dark. She never looks like she's thinking anything. Yet she saw my doubt. Either way, I can't tell her the truth. Okabe! Kurisu sighs, then glares at me. The old you wouldn't have worried about anything. Anyway, you should go see Mayuri. I'm sure she has a lot to say. She's right. Even if I don't tell Mayuri the truth, I need to at least tell her something. I'll postpone my decision and go see Mayuri. Yep, the guiding light as always, Makise Kurisu. It's the afternoon on the first day of Kamima, and the crowds are finally beginning to thin out. Of course, the industry booths and cosplay area are still packed, but at least I don't have to wait in line to get in. I've been trying to get in touch with Mayuri for a while now, but she hasn't responded. I checked with Daru, but he hasn't seen her today either. Cosplay ends at 4 p.m. I focus on searching the cosplay area until then, but I still can't find her. Maybe she finished early and went home. I tried calling her home. No luck. They haven't seen her since she left this morning. Where is she? I'm always afraid that she'll disappear the second I take my eyes off her. It's been like that ever since she lost her grandmother. Maybe it's just my imagination. We've been so close for so long. I saw Mayuri at her weakest and most vulnerable. You've been there all this time. It's a protective instinct at this point. To be like that with her. Maybe that has made me overprotective. I don't care how other people see us. I just can't leave Mayuri alone. I step into the cemetery, the final resting place of Mayuri's beloved grandmother. When was the last time I came here? For about a year after Mayuri became my hostage, I'd periodically accompany her here. I don't think I've been here since I entered high school, so it's been about 3 or 4 years. As I get closer to Mayuri's grandmother's grave, I begin to hear a voice. It's Mayuri. I'd recognize her voice anywhere. Sounds like she's talking to someone. I approach quietly.
Hey, Granny.
Mayuri is standing there, talking to the grave. It's like deja vu. Relief. She hasn't disappeared. I decide to watch silently from a short distance away.
I hope fucking seriously for real he's not actually gone to play fucking Pink Eyes. Because he's gonna come back and like fucking call us a bunch of cunts.
Hey, it's a test.
It is a test of might.
Nay, it is a rite of passage. It is a rite of passage to be tricked into playing that mod. Imagine he's still here listening to us say this, and he's like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah, he'll be alright. There's only one person watching now,
yeah,
so
he'll
technically
fucking figure it out soon enough.
Yeah, he'll be alright.
Yeah, totally. Anyways, your line.
I've been having scary dreams lately.
For a second, I wonder if she's learned to commune with the dead, but no, she's just talking to herself.
Mayuri is lab member 002. She has secret powers, you know.
Yeah? Yeah?
My dreams, bad things keep happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
And someone shoots me, or a car hits me, or I get... I saw an old man get hit by a train. He didn't see it in the pouring rain.
This is all stuff that's happened to her.
After the train. Because I didn't say anything. The next line. Oh.
What? Don't tell me.
It's so real, it hurts so much, and I feel so sad. I try to call for help, but nothing comes out. Why do you think I'm having these dreams?
Is this a side effect of time leaping? So much to try and save her? Is this an after effect of that?
The others remembered other world lines as well, like what's stopping Mayuri not from remembering?
I know, it's just something that hasn't been brought up until now. It makes sense, but damn, that's scary. Does she remember her deaths? All of them? Is she inheriting memories like I do?
You know, they always end the same way. Why she's crying and Ocarine comes to save me. Why she tries to say thank you, Ocarine, but Ocarine can't hear my voice. He holds Mayushi and makes a very sad face like he's going to cry, but he never does, you know. You can tell he's forcing himself not to cry. Oh, God. Ah. Stop making me feel things, game! Instagram. Yes.
OBS, we gonna smooth things out?
What's going on?
Oh, we're dropping frames.
Okay. I was wondering why we haven't gone to the next line yet.
We'll keep going. I'm just gonna keep an eye on OBS here.
No, I'm good.
Come to think of it, both Ferris and Lukako remembered their memories from before the past changed. I used to think that memories couldn't be shared between world lines. Okay, it seems to be smoothing out now. I think we're good. So things should smooth out on YouTube.
Nice.
I used to think that I was the exception with reading Steiner. But maybe that's not the case. That's just how we perceived it. Maybe everyone has the same power, and the only difference is how strong it is. Yeah, Ocarine is very acutely aware of when the world line changes. Maybe reading Steiner is nothing special after all.
That makes Mayuri even more sad. I try to say sorry, but he still can't hear me. And that's when I wake up. Why am I having these dreams?
I've failed so many times to save her. I've watched her die again and again. Everything I've done has been to prevent that from happening. And yet, have the memories of those deaths been tormenting her as she sleeps? Bite my lip in frustration. I still have a terrible decision to make. Yes, you do, Okabe. Yes, you do. Do I save Mayuri? Or do I save Kurisu? There's no perfect ending here. I can't save them both. It's one or the other. If I choose Kurisu, then Mayuri's dreams will become reality. I don't want Mayuri to feel any pain. Until now, I've thought only of saving her. That is my goal. But at the same time, I can't let Kurisu die. Again, my thoughts hit the same dead end. Mayuri hasn't noticed me yet. She's still staring at the sky, just as she was on the day I took her hostage. She's talking to her grandmother in heaven.
Alright, we have a lot more lab memes now, you know.
Yeah.
There's Fuck Off Die, Malika-san, Luka-chan, and Ferris-chan, and there's also Souza-san, but she moved away. That makes 8 of us. It's really amazing.
On this world line, they all became lab mems. However, not a single one of them is sent to D-mail.
No, it was just Ocarina and Mayushi at first.
Yeah.
Back then, Ocarina seemed kind of bored most of the time. Now he's having so much fun. Are you sure about that?
Oh, if only you knew, Mayuri. Is that how she sees it? Well, she's not wrong. She really does know me, doesn't she?
That makes Mayushi happy too.
Yeah, I bet it does.
So busy, but it's really exciting. Especially now that is here. She's really smart, you know. She's got a paper published in a famous magazine.
Yeah.
I need to fucking go and actually look at that fucking how that actually played out. Hold on. Oh my god, it fucking distorted my scream.
What happened?
I fucking played back for stream and it like fucking distorted my scream.
Oh yeah?
It's just like, ah! There's not enough depth. Across countries and streamed. It doesn't get it all.
Yeah.
Mayuri really admires her. She even made a time machine, but he can't forget Ocarina and Daru helped too. Let's face it, it was mostly Daru that actually built the thing.
Mm-hmm. Her gaze becomes distant. She stands still and looks up at the sky. What could she be thinking?
But you know, sometimes I remember back when it was just the two of us. Mayuri had only just become Ocarina's hostage. I go to right after school, but Ocarina wouldn't be there, so I tidy up the room with him, decorate with some cute things, and then Ocarina would finally show up a little later. Mayuri would say, "Welcome back," but instead of saying, "I'm back," Ocarina would say, "Good work," like a big boss or something.
Aww.
Every day we'd spend just a few hours hanging out doing nothing, and then we'd go home together. We didn't talk much, but it wasn't bad.
Sounds like an introvert's paradise.
We were just there together, you know?
Yeah.
We'd sit next to each other on the sofa. Ocarina would work on his big plans, and Mayuri would read manga or play games.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'd have a snack together. It was so nice and relaxing. I never wanted to leave. I'd start feeling a real hostage and I'd say to myself. Then Ocarina would turn to me and say,
I remember. It was 4 months ago, and it was still spring. The lab wasn't as lively as it is now. It was an isolated bubble of slow-moving time. Did something good happen?
Yeah, well, not really, but kinda.
Ah, it must have been an illusion. We could be under attack from Illusion Conductor, one of the organization's feared agents.
Oh, gotta be careful then. But you know, I'm sure that Mr. Illusion Kid Hugger, what the
Conductor, not Kid Hugger.
I'm sure he's not a bad guy. Oh god.
It was nothing. Just meaningless chatter to pass the time.
I felt so happy there.
Oh.
So happy I could cry.
No, Mayuri, you're gonna make me cry at this rate.
Oh god.
Damn it.
Oh, you've already beat me. I'm already crying.
God damn it.
Oh god. Yeah, conductors, guys, they're all kid huggers. That was a horrible implication, and I really should not say that. Oh god.
How's it going, Sun Smog?
Hello, man. How you been?
Good to see ya. This episode has been such an emotional roller coaster so far.
My brain can't take any more of this pain.
Oh.
Why, game? Why do this to me?
His life is pain, I guess. She wanted to stay like that forever, huh?
Okay, but that doesn't mean I don't like how things are now, okay?
Mayuri shakes her head in denial. Finally, she stops looking up at the sky and bows her head instead.
No, I haven't talked to Ocarina much lately.
Oh dear.
Pulls out his phone.
Yep, I accidentally clicked there.
Maybe Mayuri's getting a little lonely.
It's true.
Oh,
I haven't had time to talk to her lately.
it's just too painful.
Because I've been fighting to prevent her death. To keep her dreams from coming true. All so that Mayuri will keep smiling. I never again want to see her cry like she did on the day her grandmother died.
No, I don't want to be a burden on Ocarine.
That word again. Burden. I've never thought of her as a burden.
Oh, God. She's just one big nuisance, isn't she? Granny?
Mayuri lifts her face once more.
I can't stay like this forever, can I?
Okabe! What are you doing? Of course you can!
Huh?
When I finally speak to Mayuri, she turns my way with a surprised expression. Her face is so soft, so innocent. Slowly, her lips curve into a smile.
It's Ocarine! Wow, how'd you know I was here?
I always know where my hostage is.
Hostage.
You cannot escape my grasp. Not ever.
No. But don't wear yourself out, okay? She's a little worried.
Halloween Kiyoma is not so weak to require your concern. When the time comes, I'll tell you everything.
Huh?
So stay with me until then, like you always have.
He's made his choice.
Yes, he has.
Okay.
Mayuri stands up and turns to the grave once more. As an offering, she leaves a brand new white lily, as well as some dango dumplings.
Let's head back, Ocarine.
Shouldn't we get some dango for ourselves first?
Dango, dango, dango.
Back when we used to visit the cemetery together, it was part of our daily routine to eat dango on the way back.
Yasoshi. Of course. My soul hurts inside.
Yep, because you know what is coming.
Of course.
I think it's your line, by the way.
I just said it like twice. All good.
I must not have heard it on my end. Huh. Alright.
My microphone is gain up enough? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep. Kind of figured. Rail fan.
Rail fan, yeah. Hey, talker.
Yeah, come to think of it, we don't have many tips left to uncover.
On the way, no. Yeah, fuck.
We got one here.
Don't
one here.
Two.
One
Three.
here. And one here. We got 4 left.
4. Shit.
Yeah. Akiba is empty again today. So now it's Monday. The otaku have all made the exodus to Kamima for the second day of battle. But come nightfall, they will return to Akiba like a victorious army laden with spoils, and the streets will be chaos. I know Daro has gone to Kamima. The question is, has Mayuri? I hope she has. I want things to be normal again.
Oh, God.
I remember what I heard yesterday. The feelings Mayuri expressed at her grandmother's grave.
Wait.
The events of the last few weeks have affected her as well. After I escorted Mayuri home from the cemetery, I spent the whole night racking my brain for a third option. A way out of this mess. My thoughts were a jumble. Ideas coming and going too fast to judge which were right and which were wrong. But of course, there isn't a right choice here. For in the end, It all comes back to the same question. Who do I let die?
Die.
And no matter how I try to dance around it, the answer is always the same. I can't choose. Is there no one else who can make this decision? No. Even if there were, I know I'd never accept their choice. Whichever it happened to be. Once again, I'm heading to the roof of Radicon. I had to get out of the lab. Mayuri or Karisu might return at any moment, and I can't face them now. I look up at the sky. The clouds are dark and heavy. It could start raining any minute now. I thought that I was alone, but someone was here before me. Karisu is lying on the middle of the roof, arms and legs spread as if making a snow angel. The image of Karisu in a pool of blood flashes through my mind. Is she alright? I run towards her, but before I make it halfway, she suddenly sits up and turns to face me. Okabe. You're alive. He's been under a lot of stress lately.
Ugh.
What a dumb thing to say. Fortunately, it looks like Karisu didn't hear me. She's busy combing her disheveled hair with her fingers. Yeah. Like I said, he's been under a lot of stress lately, guys. He's got a lot going on. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. Right. I forgot I might run into you here. What were you doing? Thinking. Oh. Was she thinking about her death? Doubtful. I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. Karisu appears to be in the same boat. She's staring at the capsule toy dispenser in the corner, her face wearing the usual frown. The awkward silence drags on. When you think about it, Karisu's fate rests in my hands. My decision will determine whether she lives or dies. Her fantastic hypothesis yesterday was a desperate attempt to construct a scenario where she doesn't die. Even if she believes that her theory is correct, it must be difficult for her to avoid imagining her own death. I force a smile. I'm getting really uncomfortable here. Looks like I'm in your way, so I'll just go. Oh, okay. Damn it. I was expecting a sarcastic remark like, since when do mad scientists have manners or something? Just then, something cold lands on the tip of my nose. When I look up, raindrops start landing on my forehead. An evening shower. It's only going to get more intense, and quickly. Karisu hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing there with her arms folded, staring at the ground as if she doesn't notice the rain at all. Hey, it's raining. Huh? Oh, yeah. She's acting strange.
It's raining men!
Like her mind is elsewhere.
It's raining men!
She's been thinking about... Whoa! Less than a minute, the rain turns into a full-on downpour. We had no time to seek shelter. What the hell? Karisu's scream is drowned out by the roar of the rain. What a surprise. I haven't seen this background in ages. Jesus. How long has it been since we last stood here? Hey, what's up, Zach?
That boy's here?
Yep. How you doing, man?
Tough dog.
What a surprise. That's what you get for tempting the sky gods. Now safely inside the building, we take a moment to catch our breath. It's been a week since Suzuha's time machine disappeared, but Radicon is still closed. The lights are off and it's pretty dark inside. You should have warned me sooner. Even my underwear is soaked. Same here. Bet you're glad it's dark, huh? What do you mean? If the lights were on, I'd be able to see everything. Even in the dim light, I can tell that Karisu is scrambling to cover her chest. Oh, I forgot you were a perv, too. You're the one who announced that your underwear was wet, to be fair. Just drop it. If you're imagining what color my underwear is, I'll kill you. Not imagining anything. She's too self-conscious. But the color of her underwear, huh? Gotta be white. Cold? I'm not stripping naked if that's what you're suggesting. Your pervy tricks won't work on me. Who said strip? Calm down, will you? If you want strip, go right ahead. I can't make out your scrawny figure in this light anyway. Another word and I'll make you eat your cerebral neocortex with ponzu sauce. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Please spare me that horror. Still, these wisecracks are a welcome distraction. A storm like that shouldn't last long. Guess we'll just wait it out. I see Karisu's shadowy form move to sit on the staircase. I sit next to her. Hey, get your own stare! What? You're the one who said not to speak. You're too close. Don't come any closer, okay? You can stay where you are, but don't come any closer and I'll push you away, okay? Our bodies gradually grow cold. We start shivering. Maybe I should take off my wet clothes. But if I do that, Chris will just call me a perv again. Better not. My eyes gradually adjust to the darkness. I can see Karisu more clearly now. Yeah! She's huddled up against the wall. Don't look at me. Impossible! How can you see where I'm looking? Does she have infravision? So you were looking. Your aunt's now moved out, Zach? So, in other words, you got that stuff resolved that you were talking about? The other day? Damn! She used leading question on me. That's such a high-level technique. I avert my eyes from Karisu and take off my lab coat. That's when I notice my coat is torn at the shoulder. Damn. Must have caught on something when we ran inside. Nope, it's still noisy? Okay. I just thought I would ask. What are you talking about? Just a little tear in my coat. Is clumsiness one of your character traits? Don't be ridiculous. I am a mad scientist. I bear the curse of insanity, not clumsiness. That's just another way of saying clumsy. It seems like forever since I've talked to Karisu as Houin Kiyoma. Yeah. She suddenly holds out her hand. Give it here. What? I happen to have a sewing kit with me. I'll stitch it up for you. Since when did you carry a sewing kit on you? Since when did you turn into Sachi? A sewing kit? You? Something wrong with that? Like I said, when did you turn into Sachi? I hand over my coat as asked. You're an experiment-loving girl. Not supposed to be domestic. Can't I be a domestic experiment-loving girl? You? Domestic? Relatively, maybe. Well, actually, I don't know the domesticity index for Japanese high school girls these days. There's an index for that? First I've heard of it. Didn't even know domesticity is a word. Kurisu skillfully threads the needle despite the darkness. It's wet, so it's kinda hard to thread. Yeah, maybe this could have waited until you guys aren't in here.
You're just at work. It's just like, damn, we must be in the beta attractor field. What the fuck are you on? And where can I get some?
Oh yeah, exactly. Did you really just happen to have that on you? Get over it already. Is it really so wrong for me to have a sewing kit?
Yes.
It's not wrong, it just seems like you planned for this. So you're saying I brought it with me because I somehow knew your coat was gonna get ripped. Uh-huh. It just seems a little bit, convenient.
Because it was the choice of Steins Gate.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And before you get the wrong idea, I'm not fixing your coat because I want to or anything, okay? Nice tsundere line. Don't mock me. You just happened to tear your clothes, and I just happened to have a sewing kit handy when you did. It's coincidence. That's all.
It's the choice of Steins Gate.
Coincidence. Hey, you
I
did a
think
time
not.
leap, did you? So now you're saying that I went back in time for the sole purpose of repairing your stupid lab coat. Uh-huh. Ridiculous. Ridiculous! There. It's so important I said it twice. Comprendes? Comprende? You're right. If you had time leaped, you would have brought a towel, not a sewing kit. How do you know that? What's that, sarcasm? All you do is complain. After working for a while, Kurisu cuts the string with her teeth, then hands me back the coat. Here. Thank you. By the way, it was dark, so I couldn't really see. If it turns out bad, it's not my fault. It was dark, that's all. Oh, and I hope you like the color, 'cause I have no idea which thread I used. It's... random? Black, red, or pink. Those are the three possibilities. Let's just hope it's not pink. Watch it be pink. Cold? I guess. Take my coat then. But it's wet. Well, yeah, but... point taken. Silence. The words flow so naturally when it's just harmless banter. But 1 second of silence, and suddenly we have nothing to say. It must be because of what happened yesterday. I'm so desperate to avoid the topic that nothing seems safe. I know I need to say something, but what? Have you made your decision yet? Her voice is barely a whisper, but I can hear her clearly in the silence of the empty stairwell. I look at Kurisu. She's hugging her knees to her chest, presumably against the cold. My decision. I know what she means. That's why I can't answer. You still haven't made up your mind? You like Mayuri, don't you? What? Where did that come from? She keeps staring into the darkness. It's probably just my imagination, but lately I've been seeing things, like a strange sort of deja vu. In these visions, you're fighting to save Mayuri all by yourself. You never give up, no matter how much it hurts. Kurisu too? Then you come to me for help. You're so desperate, so earnest, that I just have to do what I can. Not that I'm doing it for you, okay? I just want to save Mayuri, that's all.
Nice Cinderella line.
Yup. Anyway, these images are stuck in my head, like memories. So Kurisu's the same. She still has faint memories from previous world lines. I tried self-analysis. Maybe I'm mistaking dreams for reality, projecting my hopes and fantasies. I don't know. But there's one thing I do know. You have to save Mayuri. Aren't you afraid? To save Mayuri, I must undo the current world line. If I do that, Karisu will die. You know, it kind of feels like we're trapped in an ancient ruin. She suddenly changes the subject. She looks around the dark, empty stairwell. Like the world ended. And we're the only two people left. I've been thinking. I can tell. Say you go to the beta world line, and everyone else goes with you. What if I can't go with you? What if I'm the only one left behind? Would the entire world become like this place? It's just a theory, but I can't help but wonder. I need to say it. I'll save you. Not just Mayuri, but don't make promises you can't keep. Now, where have I seen that line before? Karisu cuts me off sharply, then buries her face in her knees. You asked me if I wasn't afraid. Of course I'm afraid. Maybe I'll disappear. Maybe I'll be left behind all alone. Or maybe only you will disappear and everything else will stay the same. Yeah, who's to say? Who's to say? The world will continue and nobody will even know that you existed. I'll go back to America as if nothing ever happened.
Our boy is typing.
Yep. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe! I feel hopeless just thinking about all the possibilities. Now you know how Okabe feels. But even so, Karisu raises her hand and spears me with her glare. Do you think I would tell you to let Mayuri die? Karisu. Jesus, it's cold! She grabs her own arms. In the darkness, I see her shoulders shaking. It's because of these wet clothes! This sucks. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. It's nothing but conjecture. Baseless. Worthless. I want to cut open my skull and excise the part of my brain that comes up with these delusions. Now she's talking to herself in an angry tone. Karisu has always been so calm when faced with the unknown. I admired her for that. I thought she was facing this calmly, too. No? She's just been hiding it. That's all. But I was wrong. Behind her cool facade, she was struggling to cope with the knowledge that her very existence was in jeopardy. She was fighting that fear all alone, and now it's finally come to the surface. Of course she's afraid. However brilliant she may be, she's still just an 18-year-old girl. Karisu abruptly stands up. I realize that I no longer hear the sound of rain pounding on the roof. Listen, Okabe. You can't save both of us, correct? No matter how you struggle, it's one or the other. But... no buts! My answer won't change. Save Mayuri. Hear the pain in her voice, and also the resolve. Karisu has made up her mind. I look away and clench my fists. My nails dig into the palms of my hands. Are you telling me to give up? To abandon you? I could never do that. You can and you must. There's no other way. No! You're our friend. I won't abandon you. Okabe. Kurisu drops to her knees and grabs me by the collar. She stares into my eyes, that piercing gaze. Her eyes are hard and stern. It's always like this when she scolds me. At least the same glare. Is there another solution? There isn't, is there? I don't want to live if it means sacrificing Mayuri. If you don't save her, I'll never forgive you. Oh, this can't be happening. Hate this choice with no right answer. Hate the universe for being so cruel. Most of all, I hate myself for forcing Kurisu to speak these words. She is the one with the most to lose. Tears well up in my eyes, but I bite my lip and hold them back. Is there really no other way? I can't bear it. I look straight back at Kurisu as she holds me by the collar. And tightly embrace her slender body. Her clothes are still wet from the rain. All I feel is warmth radiating from the core of her being. But you're right here! Why does it have to be this way? Okabe? Tension drains from her back and her hands. She gives her whole body to my embrace. Thank you. I know you're hurting for me, but you've done enough. I'm fine, so just think about Mayuri, okay? Despite her fear, Kurisu has made her choice. It's time for me to do the same. I need to decide, here and now, the future of the world, which friend to let die. Holding Kurisu tightly, I whisper into her ear, Really now?
Free real estate.
Seems fine to me, YouTube. But what do I know?
He whispers into her ear, it's free real estate.
God damn it.
Oh, God.
Headset gets twisted so much. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
A meaningless apology.
No. Why this music?
I want to save Mayuri more than anything. These words are a death sentence, but I force myself to speak them. It takes every ounce of willpower that I possess. I can't save you. I know. When I finish, I feel as if a great weight has left my shoulders, and at the same time, as if 1,000 needles are stabbing into my heart. Kurisu weakly returns my embrace. Then she lets go and stands up. Well then, there's already a look of relief on her face. I'm heading back. Back? Where? To America? The lab, of course. I need to dry my clothes. I want to take a shower, too. In that case, we should go back together. Before I suggest it, Kurisu beats me to the punch as if she read my mind. You stay here and soak for a while. Understand? Can't go back together. That's her verdict. Understand. I hang my head and shut my eyes. Kurisu's footsteps fade into the distance. I wrap my arms around my body. Even though it's summer and sweltering hot, I can't stop my body from shaking. I realize that part of me was relieved that Kurisu left alone. At least I won't have to face her again, to look upon the face of the girl I chose to die. I'm a coward. My self-loathing echoes in the darkness. Oh. I should have guessed. Cease to inquire what the future has in store, and take as a gift whatever the day brings forth. Horace, Italian philosopher. I'm going back to my hotel. Do what needs to be done. Good night. See ya. See ya, Makise Kurisu. It's been a hell of a journey. I wait about 2 hours before turning to the lab. Kurisu is already gone when I get there. All she left is a single email. Yep.
Which we have a look.
I sit down on the sofa. While drying my hair with a towel, I look towards the PC in the corner of the room. It's already connected to the IBM 5100, ready for Daro to start hacking. I already got in touch with him. The hacking starts tomorrow at noon. I drove myself even further into a corner by telling that to Daru. Now I can't turn back, no matter how much I want to. I chose Mayuri. I will let Kurisu die. Showering didn't soften the wrenching pain in my heart. In truth, I'm just riding on Kurisu's resolve. Mine is still a flimsy thing. I can't help but wonder, is this really okay? Really?
Anyone here?
Oh, hello there. Mayuri opens the door and enters. For a moment after she catches sight of me, she looks ready to burst into tears. But that quickly gives way to a smile.
It's Ocarine!
What's up?
No, nothing. I just started to stop by.
I swallow hard. Maybe I should explain the situation to Mayuri. But I know she'll feel guilty if I tell her. Mayuri doesn't need to know. Everything will be okay as long as we crack CERN's database and reach the Beta World line.
You know, I haven't talked much with Ocarine lately. But, you know, I don't want to be a burden on Ocarine.
Can I really let it end like this? Shouldn't I tell her what Kurisu is sacrificing for her sake?
Did you take a shower?
Mayuri moves behind the sofa, grabs a bath towel on my head and starts rubbing my hair dry.
You smell good like shampoo.
I didn't mind the towel so much, but then she buries her nose into my hair and starts sniffing. Stop that! I jerked my head away. Mayuri goes back to drying my hair.
You know, I didn't go to Kamima today.
Huh? Why?
I was thinking about Ocarine.
Oh.
When I got to Ariake, I remembered how sad you looked, and then I thought I shouldn't be having fun at Kamima. I turned around and came all the way back.
Oh. I'm sorry for making you worry. Should I tell her? Or should I keep her in the dark?
No, I haven't talked much with Ocarine lately. Maybe Mayushi's getting a little lonely.
Maybe. Mayuri, how would you feel if I said I was keeping a secret from you?
You mean like Ocarine and... There's only so ways I can dodge this. Okay, I've got a unique one this time. You mean like Ocarine and Wacky Razor Inflatable Arm Waving Tube Man are actually dating?
Where did that come from?
What a fucking good response!
Bro!
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Here we go again!
Ah! Okay, you and then wacky waving, inflatable arm waving tube man. We get along really well, right? I think you two are meant for each other.
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh, okay. You don't have to tell me everything if you don't want to. Besides, it's normal to keep secrets from your hostage.
This isn't the time for that. And she's like, huh? Mayuri's hand leaves my head. I look over my shoulder in a panic, thinking she wandered off again. She's there. I grab her hand, perhaps more forcefully than I meant to.
Why, she doesn't want to be a burden.
Again.
You're not. So I'll wait until Okarine's ready to tell me. Just like I said yesterday, remember?
And if I decide to never tell you?
Well, I'll be curious. Really curious. But if that's what you want...
Even if my secret involves you?
Mayushi?
I haven't told you because I don't want to hurt you.
Is that why Ocarine looks so sad all the time? Then I do want to know. I like when Okarine's sad.
You'll never be the same again, Mayuri. Even if it means you might get hurt? Mayuri replies, with a gentle smile.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. She nods without any hesitation. Her smile is so sincere it strikes me speechless. Oh, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into, Mayuri.
Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden. Yeah, whatever. Mayushi was sad because of what happened to Granny. Okarine took Mayushi hostage, remember? That's why Mayushi thought that whenever Okarine's sad, she could lend her strength to him, you know?
Yeah.
You're my hostage now, bitch!
Oof.
Mayushi might not be useful, though.
Useful? Suddenly, I remember. Mayuri is going to die tomorrow. I've been through it once before. She died protecting me.
Once before.
And her last words were...
Finally, Mayushi was useful to Okarine.
So this is what she meant.
I don't want to see you hurting.
Very well. If that's how she feels, I'll tell her everything. I let go of Mayuri's hand and pat the sofa beside me. Take a seat. Mayuri does as she's told.
Can I get some snacks?
This is serious, remember?
Oh, right.
Mayuri sits up straight with her hands folded in her lap.
I'm just imagining he just like claps his hands together and it's just like, so we invented a time machine with a phone and a microwave.
And that's how all this started. God damn it.
Who would have guessed that Ocarine fucking like explains the plot of Steins Gate within Steins Gate? Because that is the choice of Steins Gate.
It's amazing. Everything I'm about to tell you is true. It's related to those dreams you had. I plan to sacrifice one of our friends for your sake.
Yeah? Ocarine?
Anxiety clouds Mayuri's face, but I ignore it and take her chin in my fingers. A switch is already flipped inside of me. You will soon regret your curiosity, my dear. For the deeds of the great Houin Kiyoma are many and terrible. He's just coping. And so I begin, speaking as the mad scientist whose foolish experiments brought everything to ruin. I start with the first raid on the lab. I tell Mayuri how Moika killed her. Next, I tell her about Suzuha and Ferris, about Lukako, Moika, FB, and Nai. I describe their fates in every detail. And finally, I tell her about Kurisu. By sacrificing Makise Kurisu, I will embark upon a journey to a glorious new world. There's a lot to explain, and Mayuri had many questions, desperate to understand the strange concept I was throwing at her. Thanks to that, the conversation went longer than expected. It's already getting late. Yeah, it's Tuesday now. And that is the plan most grand and devious of the insane mad scientist, Houin Kiyoma. I call it Made in Heaven.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Steins just made a JoJo reference.
Nice.
Can't believe that.
Finally, it's over. Yeah, that's about the face I expected to see. Poor Mayuri.
No, I think she's just thinking, poor you.
Yeah.
What you just had to be
Mayuri says nothing. She's staring at her hands, which are clenched into tiny, trembling fists. She looks ready to cry at any second. What's the matter? I think you know full well, man. Mayuri shakes her head and bites into her lip.
The whole time you and Wacky waving up, waving two men was crying. I'm not taking. Okay, from this point on, that name is now Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Waving Tube Man. Why is she making God seems like nothing was wrong? Did I say it too quietly? Oh, okay, no. I feel so stupid. I didn't know anything.
Of course you didn't. That's how I planned it. You're disappointed in me, Mayuri? Sorry, but this is who I am. I'll do anything. Sacrifice anyone to accomplish my goals. Whether you like it or not, you're coming with me to the Beta World line. You're my hostage, and you have no say in the matter. Let chaos descend upon the world. That, say it with me, is the choice of Steins Gate.
Steins Gate.
Mayuri ignores my performance. She gets to her feet and lurches towards the door. I quickly grab her by the wrist. Where are you going?
I need to see Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Waving too, man. Please, so great, I have to talk to her.
Oh. There's no way I can refuse Mayuri's request.
If she's gonna want to make a different call.
Yeah, I knew it. I contacted Kurisu. We arranged to meet on the UPX overpass at 4:30 in the morning. I was wondering why she wanted to meet so early, but I understand once I see her. She's dragging a large suitcase. Thanks for coming to see me off. She faces us with a smile. Does that suitcase mean what I think it does? Oh, yeah, it does. You're going back to America. Kurisu nods. I was supposed to go back at the beginning of the month, but then I ran into a certain mad scientist and ended up staying longer than planned. Yeah, by, over 2 weeks. There's nothing else I can help you with anyway, and I don't want to be a liability. she doing this for me? Or is she trying to outrun her fear? It's not my right to stop her. Even if I did, it wouldn't change anything. Today, as planned, I will crack CERN's database and move to the Beta World line. I've made my decision. Mayuri is next to me, standing still with her head hung. What's wrong, Mayuri? Are you feeling sick? I gently nudge her back. Come on, Mayuri. She takes one step, pauses for a moment, then leaps on Karisu with a cry. Oh. Here we go.
Karisu.
Whoa, what's going on?
She doesn't want you to disappear.
Karisu hears the desperate plea in Mayuri's voice. She gives me a look that asks, "Did you tell her?" I silently nod.
You can't disappear. Not for Mayushi, okay?
Mayuri.
Mayushi doesn't want to live if you have to die.
I expected Mayuri might say that.
We all
It's absolutely
do.
essential that I remain firm. I feel bad for Karisu, but it needs to be said. This is the way it has to be. I chose you, Mayuri. You have an obligation to live. Pain stabs through my heart. These words are reprehensible! Karisu and I made a pact. She agreed to trade her life for yours. If that sacred covenant is broken, this world is doomed! Clench my fists tight to suppress my self-loathing. Don't put Karisu's feelings to waste, Mayuri!
What?
Thank you, Mayuri. Karisu wraps her arms around Mayuri's back, returning the hug. But this was my decision too. I'm okay with it. Really. Okabe loves you, you know.
What?
What are you saying? It's true, isn't it? She gives me a mischievous smile. It would make him really sad if you died. You don't want him to be sad, do you?
But if you go away, it'll make Mayushi sad.
I see you up there. Do it. Yeah, I know. It makes me sad too. But this was going to happen eventually. I had to go back to America sooner or later. So even if you move to another world line, just think of me as being in America. It's practically the same thing.
That's not the problem. I don't want you to disappear. Let's stop this. Don't make wacky waving inflatable arm waving tube man disappear. It really is annoying trying to restructure a sentence not to say her name, considering she speaks in the third fucking person.
Yeah. Karisu separates from Mayuri and gazes straight into her face.
Fucking bastard.
You have to listen to us now, Mayuri. She uses a gentle tone as if speaking to a child. She then lightly bumps Mayuri on the head.
Did you just bump Mayuri on the head, you motherfucker?
Okabe, don't ever let go of her again. I know. Well, I'm off. Thank God I'll never have to see your silly face again. She punctuates her insult with a smile. She's so cheerful now. A far cry from the shivering girl in the dark. To see her like this breaks my heart. I'm sorry. I repeat the words in my heart again and again, begging for forgiveness. Christy turns to go.
Don't go! Please don't go!
Don't follow me! She shouts over her shoulder. Mayuri freezes. I don't want pity. It will only make it worse. This is my decision. Nothing you can say will change my mind. Goodbye. Promise me, Mayuri. Promise me you'll find happiness. With that, Kurisu walks away. Rest in fuck, Kurisu. We hardly knew ya.
No. My friend, we knew her too well.
Early morning Akihabara, well before sunrise. The trains are just starting to run. She disappears into the station, dragging her suitcase behind her. Alone.
We knew her. My friend, we did know her.
Mayuri falls to her knees, her face streaked with tears.
004.
As I approach, I hear her voice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. This was my decision and mine alone. Kurisu will disappear, for I chose not to save her. I chose to bring chaos to the world. You can't forgive me, can you, Mayuri? Then hate me. But even then, you're staying with me to the end. I have chosen. To save you, I will let Kurisu die. So hate me, loathe me, curse my name. But I will not turn back. Nobody can stop me now. Mayuri slowly stands up. Then she buries her face into my chest, just like she did to Kurisu.
Okay. Tell me how you really feel.
How I really feel? Really feel? Mayuri looks straight up into my eyes.
I want to know what's in your heart. Your honest feelings. Why she doesn't want to be a burden anymore.
You're not a burden. How can you think that? This is about me. Because I want to save you. Because I can't bear to lose you.
Yeah. Thank you, Hickory. Thank you.
Mayuri tries her hardest to smile through her tears. And then once again, she buries her face into my chest.
I've been having scary dreams lately. In those dreams, you always try to save me. They weren't dreams, weren't they? You were fighting to save Mayushi, weren't you? Mankarine, you know? Mayushi loves you. How do you feel, my friend?
Oreo has all the material in the world now.
Fuck off. We will never tell him. We must never know. Mayushi can smile every day because you're there for me. Can we be together from now on too?
Of course. I answer Mayuri with my embrace. How can you ask that? I don't want to be apart from you either.
Yeah. Mayushi will find happiness. Just like I promised her.
Yeah.
Let's be happy together.
We will.
Oh God. Never let go of me.
I would never.
Let me love you forever.
Of course. The radiance of the rising sun pours out between the buildings. Daybreak. As the sky grows brighter, we remain in our embrace, to reassure each other that we are still here. Excuse me. The time has come. We will now commence the final phase of Operation Verdandi. Mayuri and Daru turn to me and nod. She looks so determined now. It's kind of scary. Today is the last day of Combat. Daru wanted to attend, of course, but a little begging convinced him to prioritize the operation. I take a look around the lab. These 20 days have seen constant change. It's incredible to think that at one point this lab had a whole 8 members, and now we're back to 3. The memories were made, the experiences we shared. To save Mayuri, I will undo them all. There is sorrow in me, and guilt. I engrave them deep inside my heart. I'll never forget. I mustn't forget these long yet short summer days. But still, I choose to erase our memories. I choose to return everything to normal. Suzuha's mission is irrelevant. I'm not doing this for the future. As long as Mayuri lives, nothing else matters. This is it, boys. The moment we've all been waiting for. Daru, you may begin.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Never been more sure in my life.
Okie dokie. Let's go.
Here we go. Daru starts typing on the IBM 5100. It's already connected to his main computer. This will get us into CERN's central database, where they keep the data they mine with Echelon. There we will locate the first email I sent on July 28th, and erase all traces of its existence. With this, I can reach the Beta World line. At last, Mayuri will be safe. I look at Mayuri. She's on the couch, sitting straight as a ramrod, with her grandmother's pocket watch pressed to her ear. She stays still, with her eyes closed. Whenever Mayuri wants to calm down, she listens to the sound of that pocket watch. Ever since he parted with Kurisu, Mayuri has said nothing about my choice. I guess she's come to terms with it in her own way. The actual work, I've left to Daru. No problem there. While waiting for him to finish, I walk into the development room. In the center of the room is the time leap machine. I squat down and gently brush my fingers against the microwave surface. It's cool to the touch. I've made irreplaceable friends because of this thing. Because of this thing, I've hurt them. But I don't want to blame the tool. It's how you use the tool that matters. And I've got to admit, it saved me more than once. But still. Once this is over, I'll destroy the time leap machine. We must never make the same mistakes again.
Hey, Kareem, I found it. It's really there.
Holy shit! The D-mail I sent? It's there?
Sure is, man.
Daru points to a string of characters. My name is there, followed by the message I wrote about Kurisu's death. 3 lines total, each 12 characters long. This data led CERN to our doorstep. At FB's instruction, Moeka and the Rounders attacked. If Suzuha is right, then by erasing this data, we will escape from Attractor Field Alpha, where CERN dominates the future. That will take us to Attractor Field Beta, to the Beta world line within its range of convergence. To a future without Mayuri's death. Mayuri is standing next to me, gazing intently at the monitor. She grasps my hand firmly.
Hey, Kareem.
It's okay. She looks anxious, so I pat her head to calm her down. All the head pats for Mayuri.
Everything's set. I'll press the enter key and that data's gone.
Let's do it. Daru stands up and gestures to the open seat.
I leave the honor to you, Kareem.
I sit down and face the keyboard. This time, it ends. Kurisu's face floats through my mind. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Goodbye, Kurisu. I slowly raise my right hand and extend my index finger. Victory is at hand. Daru twitches at my cry. With unimaginable brilliance and unwavering conviction, have defeated our vast and powerful enemy and now stand triumphant on the field of Ragnarok. Give thanks to the comrades whose sacrifices made this victory possible. One press of this key and Kurisu will die. Firmly grip my coat at the shoulder, where it has been stitched together with jagged pink thread. So she did use the pink thread. The coming world is the world I wished for! I wished for Mayuri to live and Kurisu to die. That is the truth, and I must never forget it. This is the choice of Steins Gate! This is the choice of Okabe Rintaro. El Sai Kongru! The world be reborn! I swing down my finger and strike the enter key. We've done it!
We did it, boys!
We've done it! After a while, the spinning stops, and color gradually returns to the world. 1% divergence achieved!
It. Beta world line, here we are.
Yes! We have reached the beta attractor field, the beta world line. It's been a long journey, but we're finally back. Back where it all started. After a while, the spinning stops, and color gradually returns to the world. Reading Steiner activated. The world line has changed. I look around the room. Next to me is Daru. Behind me is Mayuri. I reach out to her, and she takes my hand with a smile. Everything is where it should be. It looks like nothing has changed at all. I gently touch my coat's shoulder, where Kurisu fixed a torn seam. It's gone. My coat isn't torn. The stitches, uneven from having been sewn in the dark, have disappeared. There's no trace of that ridiculous pink thread. I stand up and head to the development room. Underneath the table, the time leap machine. No. That's not the time leap machine. That's the phone wave names of exchange. The upgrades Kurisu made are gone. Yeah, for one thing, the door is back. It never got ripped off. And it hasn't sunk into the floor. Nothing has changed. The world is exactly the same. In all respects, save one. Kurisu was never here. I thought that I was prepared for this. But now that I'm face to face with the cruel consequence of my decision, I feel powerless, defeated. I want to cry.
What's wrong there, Kareem?
Mayuri runs up and grabs my arm. Say, Mayuri.
That's my arm. Oh, hold on. I just need to fix something.
All good.
Yeah?
Who was LabMem004 again? I need to ask, even though I know what the answer will be.
It's 004, but Okarin, there's only 3 lab mems, remember? Okarin, Mayushi, and Daru.
She's really gone.
And then there were 3.
Rest in fuck, Makise Kurisu. The tears come. I crumple to my knees and cover my face with my hands. Yeah, right. Our lab doesn't have a 4th member. It never did. Her existence was rejected by the world.
Okarin, something really sad happened, didn't it?
Mayuri rubs my back.
Mayushi is here for you, Okarin.
I embrace Mayuri. I stifle my voice and cry.
Okarin, don't cry!
Please don't leave me, Mayuri. Please stay by my side forever. Mayuri tenderly strokes my head.
Mayushi will always be with you. Always. Just like this.
All trace of Kurisu's existence has vanished. This proves that I have returned to my original world line. This is the world I struggled to reach. The world Suzuha traveled through time to create. A world where the future is free. Nothing has changed, and yet, this is my utopia. Oh, damn. Well then. I guess that's Mayuri's ending. Oh, what a gripping final chapter. That was some of the most emotionally painful stuff I think we've experienced thus far. Like, oh man, that hurt. This chapter. Jesus,
we
man.
We thought last episode was emotional, but fuck.
This episode one-upped it in that regard. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, he got what he wanted, but at what cost?
At what cost?
Yep. He saved Mayuri, but at what cost?
Fuck. Such a bittersweet ending.
It really is, yeah. Mayuri's ending.
Stardust Sky.
Ugh. What's up? The night of the 17th passed. The night of the 18th passed. And Mayuri still didn't die. I've kept a close watch for 3 days since then. There's been no attacks, no accidents, no sign that anything might happen. That was enough to convince me that Mayuri is safe. Together with Daru, I destroyed the phone wave and the IBM 5100. Although we have lost the ability to send emails, that is a small price to pay to stay below CERN's radar. Tanuji is downstairs in the Braun Tube workshop, watching TV on the 42-inch CRT, like always. When I went to check out Radicon, I found it open for business as usual. A search of the internet turned up no mention of a satellite crash. Instead, I found a small article in the local section of a newspaper dated July 28th. Oh, here it comes. Oh, this is it. There's a report on Kurisu's murder. There was no follow-up. The culprit is still at large. According to Daru, the police questioned me several times. It was I who discovered the body, after all. Of course, I don't remember any of that. At any rate, Mayuri is still alive. I've accomplished what I set out to do. It's over.
Green.
Mayuri emerges from the ticket gate, waving her hand as she runs my way. She weaves through the gaps between shoppers and maids, handing out leaflets. And when she gets to me, she looks at me with puppy dog eyes. Why are you crying? Mayuri doesn't answer me. She just strokes my cheek. Gently. Silently. She's crying, but she doesn't seem sad. Rather, she seems overcome with emotion.
Ocarine came to pick me up. You waited for Mayushi, I'm so happy.
Don't get so happy over every little thing. That's what Mayuri lives for, though. She's always been about the little things. Mayuri wipes away her tears, making room for her shy, innocent smile.
So Mayushi's class changed from hostage to girlfriend, right?
Indeed.
She got an upgrade, level up, yo.
Yeah, that's a real class switch. I have no idea how to respond to such an embarrassing question. But she's right. Mayuri and I are officially a couple now. After these long, painful 20 days, I finally noticed how important Mayuri is to me. Plus, she told me that she loved me.
Thank goodness, it wasn't just a dream.
Let's get going already. I'm gonna die standing in this damn heat. I start walking without waiting for Mayuri's response.
But the lap's on, isn't it? Sorry.
No, it's all good. Yes it is, but at least we're not standing outside under the searing sun. At least we've got a fan. Besides, I'm thirsty. Gotta get my daily dose of Dr. P. It's Sunday. Despite the heat, I see plenty of shoppers laden with bags enjoying themselves on the streets of Akiba. I suddenly feel a void in my heart. Nothing about this town has changed. Yep. And to think this is the very first background that we saw when we started the game. It ends where it all began. Yet it feels like something is missing from my life. No doubt it's the gap that was left by Kurisu. There's no such thing as a perfect future. That is a fantasy that nobody can realize. I mustn't forget. This is the future I wished for, fought for, and won. I have what is most important to me. Mayuri. I should be thankful for that. I am blessed far beyond the common man. I look beside me and realize that Mayuri's not there. I turn around. She's not there either. Mayuri? She's gone. She's always like this. Sometimes she just wanders off. Anxiety seizes my heart. Mayuri promised she would never leave me. This world line is worthless without her. Mayuri! I shout her name at the top of my lungs. I search for her in the crowd, but it's too thick to see. Mayuri!
Over here!
They gotta do it to us one last time, huh?
Oh god.
Oh, excuse me. I turn around to see Mayuri running towards me. In her hands is shaved ice.
You said it was hot, remember? I thought it'd be nice to eat something cold.
You're goddamn right. Don't scare me like that. I feel so relieved.
Seriously making
embrace that small
are they
body
seriously making another fucking Ghostbusters movie?
I think I heard about that. But we're in public, so I stopped myself.
At this point, just stop, please.
Yep, let Ghostbusters rest in peace, damn it. Hold my hand. I take the shaved ice and hold my empty hand out to Mayuri. Mayuri takes my hand. Her slender fingers intertwine with mine. Let's save the shaved ice for when we get to the lab. It's too hard to eat while we're walking.
Yeah, but won't it melt?
If it melts, it melts.
Oh well, I guess you're right. We can't eat if we're holding hands anyway.
I won't let go. I won't ever let you go.
No, she won't let go either.
Mayuri puts just a little more strength into her grip. Love for her fills my heart. Suddenly, Mayuri looks up at Radikan.
Green?
The music stopped.
Is it possible to dream when you're awake?
When you're awake? You mean a daydream?
Is that what it's called? You're so smart. I don't know who it was, but Maishi feels like she had a very important friend.
What?
Whenever I think about that important friend, my head hurts, like, you know? And sometimes I hear a voice.
A voice?
The voice tells me to find happiness.
Ah.
This game just doesn't know when not to fuck with me.
Yep, all of that was undone. I erased those memories. Sacrificed them.
I wonder if that voice is a reason my issues with April now.
If only you knew. Oh. Oh. Perhaps everybody remembers their experiences from other world lines. Those memories may be vague and tenuous, but they're there. They speak to us in the form of dreams, visions, and deja vu. Really? Is that what dreams are?
If I ever met that person, I'd want to tell them thanks.
I'm not the only one who remembers.
I wonder who it was.
So cruel. It must have been God.
Oh, thanks, God. We're not crying, we're men!
Oh.
I'm not crying, you're crying!
No, you!
You're crying!
God damn it! Damn it, game!
Why is she really happy?
Mayuri looks up. Thumbnail achieved! I sat through nearly 3 hours of this painful shit! I earned that! She reaches out to the sky, like always. She shakes hands with the stardust, twinkling beyond the coat of blue. I look up too, to hold back the tears. And on we walk, hand in hand. Stardust sky completed.
We did it, guys.
Yeah.
Alright,
that is Mayuri's ending.
So,
wow.
Here's the thing. As much as it seems like this is the end, we're not done yet.
Yep, this is just Mayuri's ending.
Yep. We still have one last person to save.
Yep. And I think that's gonna be for next time. Because I figured we'd go until either we reached Mayuri's ending, or, you know, we went on for what felt like long enough. And
surprisingly, the stream has it, like, how long has the stream gone for?
A little less than 3 hours.
Like, if we were to continue, we'd have to finish it.
Yeah.
So I can guarantee probably the next episode's gonna be the final episode. We tried to do that
tonight. I'm not sure my throat could handle that. Like, fuck. Oh. Yeah, OBS wants to start doing that at the end. I don't care. Oh my god. Yeah, like, dude, that's why I wanted to stop here. Just because it is a good place to leave things for next time, but... oh, man. Oh, man. What an adventure this game has been. This game really does emphasize, you know, the consequences of time travel. And why it's a can of worms that, you know, you really have to be sure you want to open. I'm kind of curious how things play out, you know, further than 20 years down the line on that beta world line. That's what I'm really curious about on the beta world line. Just, you know, after that period of 20 years where we know what happens to the alpha world line, and that doesn't happen on the beta world line, what comes next?
And I think I've already got the thumbnail for the next episode set up. I was thinking of doing it kind of thematic as the, like, Kurusus, but I think if we're going this way, we're taking one last episode, so I reckon we make the last thumbnail a kind of representation that we're going into the breach one last time.
I like your thinking. Yep, you'll see what we mean when the time comes. Sounding like next episode might very well be the finale. Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
We're gonna be at episode 16 next time.
Because that'll definitely mean that, like, Devil and G-String ended up taking us longer to do.
Yep, it might just be because we had a lot of shorter episodes in that series.
Yeah, that is true, where we have been a bit more consistent with this one.
Yeah. We've been a lot more consistent about this one because we've, been doing it on days where, our schedules line up.
Yeah.
Whereas, our scheduling for Devil was a lot more sporadic.
Yeah, we just fucking found time for it.
Kind of whenever we could fit it in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there are a lot of, 2-hour episodes, 2.5-hour episodes.
7 hours.
Yeah, a lot of the earlier ones were under 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So that's, I think, why it took so many more episodes, because once we got to the end, the episodes started to get really long, because it's
yeah, we just couldn't
holy
stop.
Shit, yeah. We got to a point where we never wanted to stop.
Yeah.
That's just a sign of a good story.
If we were probably to continue this one, we would have to finish it. So it probably is a good idea to leave Mayuri's kind of route as a separate thing, and then enter the breach for one final time to save.
To save Makise Kurisu. I'm really curious what that's gonna look like now.
My friend,
because he's so accepting of his fate in this moment. He's so accepting of what happened.
Yeah.
But it's but now we have to think: is that really it? Was there another option? Right? Because now the player reaches this point that seems like the end of the road, and they wonder, what the hell were these locks for?
When we are... The locks there, the locks are mainly for just so you can't overwrite the save accidentally.
Yeah.
That is just a game mechanic. So, if you don't want to accidentally overwrite your save.
Yeah, which we never really had to do.
And that's why we need to use it for that one in Chapter 4. But, my friend, this is something that you will be learning through the final episode. You will get your answers. In the final episode, you will get to see where all this story leads.
I guess so,
In the final episode, my friend, you'll learn what Steins Gate actually means.
Yeah, my brain was probably going to hurt at the end of next episode. But, as for now, that's going to be it for now. Redundant, much redundant me. Nice word choice. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you all for watching, for sticking this series out so long. If this is where you want to leave things, by all means, but we're going on to the true ending now. So we'll see you guys next time. So until then, take care.